And he's beaten Federer a couple of times before. He used to give him some fits. Of course, nobody gives Federer fits now. The problem is, you know, we talk about both these guys being sort of magicians, just like, or neutralizing shots. You know, he plays that slice off the two-handed forehand side. Federer's genius shots end up being winners, you know, more often than not. So he's just got so much more firepower. But I don't care what the score is, what it will be in this match. It's going to be a lot of fun and extremely entertaining tennis. See, like, I mean, right there, you get the little slice passing shot from Santoro on the run. Look at that year last year, 74-6. Already, Santoro just getting yo-yoed around the court in game number 1.
As an athlete, he was a goalkeeper in soccer.
And there's Federer on the run. But when Santoro gets there, he's looking to just neutralize. But again, Federer, unbelievable balance right there. Oh, my goodness. Looks like we're starting off 2005 the way we finished 2004.
8 straight points to the world's top player.
Right now. Oh. That forehand has so much action on it. So that spin and pace.
Spin, pace, and control. Just amazing how he's able to so consistently hit that ball and seldom miss it. He hasn't lost a point. 3 games to love, first set. Seven minutes, 3 games played. As the tournament matures.
Well, this rebound ace surface, Cliff, is quite a bit slower than the hard court that's used at the U.S. Open, which means that it takes a lot more of the spin. If you slice the ball, it stays pretty low. And the topspin really takes on this court. That slice, he stayed pretty low. Federer knocks off the volley, but really it accentuates the topspin. Just his agility and offensive weapons. But this court just gives him that little extra time to set things up.
Which he does and breaks again.
I wish I'd come here earlier in the early 90s. Would have won this thing a couple more times. First year Agassi came to this event was 95. This is just, I mean, talk about sending a message. And that time, interesting, Federer threw the toss-up as if he was going to hit a kick serve.
Federer has got 5 games to love.
Patrick Rafter. Santoro's on the board.
Problem with taking over coaching duties for a guy like Federer is how much better can you get a guy who's about perfect as he is?
But more, even as he did just on that backhand slice there.
Tony Roach had the reputation of having the best backhand volley of our time.
In my Wimbledon crown and to maintain the #1 ranking, that's what I'm aiming for. And that's pretty simple. And obviously, his sights are a bit higher, but those are the two things that he points to.
30-all.
It's court with the roof overhead. Now, see, that's something you may not have seen Federer do a year ago. You know, much more to work with. He should have done better with that pass. Oh, that's where Federer is just deadly. When he can move around the backhand side in that corner and hit that forehand either direction. That time going back the inside-out forehand.
Set point.
There it is again. That's history.
Okay.
And the set is over. Easily won by Roger Federer. 6-1. More live coverage from Rod Laver Arena after this from Melbourne. Ended up being Mr. Cool.
Oh, catch the line? I thought it dropped out. It did.
Called wide.
His old coach, Peter Lundgren, has talked about this. He said that because he'd gotten all ornery and had some, he lives and breathes tennis and winning majors.
Another break chance coming up here for Federer. Well, Pete knows all about that. 6 years at #1. Federer says the word on me was mentally he's not the strongest. People would hang on thinking if the match goes over 2 hours, I'll get him. That's a quote from Federer. No more.
No more. They go over 2 hours. Great anticipation there from Santoro. He guessed right. His speed, his anticipation, great fitness now. He's got his fitness trainer that travels with him. See right there. I mean, there's a perfect example. On the run.
After he hits it. That's out.
Oh.
Another chance to break. First game of the second. Ooh.
Clear.
Thanks a lot. Speaking of fashion, you don't see players.
Cheers.
The world's #1.
I mean, look at him again at full stretch, Santoro. I mean, you got to hand it to him. At least he's trying.
Advantage. Federer.
That's good. And Federer gets the break, so he's got first game of the second set.
This 17-2 in the winner department for Federer. And to only make that, got their funky hats on, warming up out there in one of the outside courts. And of course, Cliff, what this tournament has, pretty nice luxury to have here.
That
I
is
missed it.
wide.
70s and 80s particularly. And for the first time at the Australian Open and back in the U.S.
But it does help Asia, and it does help the Europeans, who will have a better.
Oh,
Cheers.
what a shot. I mean, look.
Vicious approach. Point to Federer.
Line 30.
2 games earlier today.
30 all.
Playing a great match, Patrick, but she didn't have to. Third, Sugiyama.
That's the first little upset. Yeah, she went down in straights. Oh, he made that? Santoro just says, come on. Where did he find this shot? Unbelievable. He was able to hook it and keep it that short with some wins under his belt. Look out for him. Big serving Croat.
Game, Santoro.
Oh, yes.
40, 30.
Sometimes take it earlier.
That's just too tough. That forehand on the line. There's no real defense against that.
Spin on that ball and acceleration.
Oh, yeah, he was just waiting for that one. Slight mishit from Santoro, and Federer steers it down the line.
40.
John Roberts' hectic activity may be taking place beneath the surface. Great point. Got a break already in the second. About 1:25 in the afternoon.
Game, Federer.
Here in Melbourne, as Federer gets another break of serve, that's the insurance break. What's the main lesson that you learned from watching Federer if you're sitting back home watching, Patrick?
Yeah, you can forget that. This guy, so most of the players say the same thing. He's human. You know, interestingly, Andre Agassi, you see Tony Roach. Roachy, what are you're messing up this guy's game on the overhead. What are you doing? You can't play the style that he plays. Nobody can.
Leighton Hewitt's apparently trying to figure out a way, and he's watching tapes of Federer. I think the problem with that is that you may figure out that there really, if he's playing well, there isn't any way at this point.
You just get more intimidated, huh?
Exactly. Game point Federer. And game to Federer, 5-1. Speaking of sitting at home and what you can learn from. Jitkova with a win also here as we start day 1 of this first Slam of the year.
and that figure out a way to compete with the guy at the top. You know, early on it was in my brother's rivalry with Lendl. You know, he was around even more, and no chance of winning the match. Yes, he's struggling to get to that one. That could be it. Yeah, he may be done. Looks like he's walking to the net, straight to the net. Well, hasn't said anything just yet.
Federer leads by 2 sets.
You know, he's got to think about the doubles event too, which for the most part these days is his bread and butter, but I guess he's going to stick it out.
6-1, 6-1. Well, interested to hear Brad Gilbert dismiss Carlos Moya, so of the draw also.
Safin is dangerous, but I think Moya could be a factor.
For GVT.
Agassi, Federer, Safin, Moya. Yeah, there goes Santoro. They're keeling over there after hitting that backhand coming in. And he lost to Coria.
He's disappointed me, Moya, over the last couple of years, because every time go into a tournament like this.
Early in his career, when he lost to Pete Sampras in '97.
He won the French.
Advantage, Santoro.
Advantage, Santoro.
Oh, he came up with that angle again. Whole tournament promoting this event. Oh, that's unbelievable.
There is a lot of talk about tennis in the United States. Talk is in Paris during the French, or in London during Wimbledon, or Melbourne during this. Thirty love Federer. One game all, third set.
Stab volley from Santoro is just trying to finish these points off. He's really suffering. This Federer hasn't lost his serve yet this year. Won the tournament in Doha in the Middle East the first week of the year without dropping serve, and obviously has not done it today.
Good. Oh, going for a drop shot that Santoro would have been proud of.
Game, Federer.
He's just got too much variety for the magician from France. Who
Upset often. Now 5-all between Gaudio and Gimelstob.
15-all.
Sampras never able to win the French championships, but dedication.
Oh, what a great shot from Federer there on the run. Santoro's just getting beat up. I mean, that's in U.S. Open Series event in Los Angeles last summer, Cliff.
Yeah, he made a lot of noise down there.
He
He said, I'm sort of getting used to having to defend.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to worry him too much. Santoro continue. A couple of the young Americans in action a little bit later today. Bobby Ginepri, Marty Fish, and Taylor Dent. All scheduled. That's good there from Santoro. Jen Michael Gamble, the veteran, is at Phil Dent, former great Australian player.
15-11.
He's had some good results so far this year. He beat Leighton Hewitt in Adelaide, first event of the year, lost in the final there to Joachim Johansson. So maybe we'll see. We could see Taylor Dent and Agassi play in the third round.
15-all.
This is about as close as you can get in tennis to what we call running out the clock. We always say, oh, tennis isn't like that. You know, you got to finish it. Well, that's true here, but there's no doubt about what's been happening in this one all day.
Ground strokers with topspin. Here comes Federer,
Oh,
who is now at match point.
The court, but obviously not feeling 100%.
Game, center match, Roger Federer. Federer wins by 3 sets love, 6-1.
NC, Patrick, no contest.
No. And certainly starting off impressively this year, the crowd, and love to see the kind of tennis that this man can produce. As I said, it doesn't matter what the score is when this man is playing. He's that good.
54 winners. 54 winners in a short match.
Well, it'll be a short match in round 2 as he'll play the winner of Suzuki and Gamble. That'll be ugly again for the opposition. Sri Chopin in his section maybe could give Federer a little bit of a match. He's got some firepower off the ground.